Hi, Dad. How have you been?
Hey, Jordy, we're back. Back for another wonderful season of Hallmark. And I like this week's Hallmark. It was a lot of fun to watch.
It was fun. We did take the summer off. I hope everybody enjoyed their summer vacation. If you were working during it and everything, but I hope everybody had a great summer.
And Labor Day is just around the corner. Yeah. One more vacation for the kids, and everybody is back in school, and all the school teachers are back at work. Yeah. So be careful when you drive. Watch out for the little ones. Watch out for the kids today on their motorcycles and their bicycles with all the electronic gear, because they'll be flipping in and out of traffic. But last night we watched a very pleasant, happy Hallmark.
This reminded me of why we fell in love with Hallmark. So we did take the summer off because it was Christmas in July, which, we do so many Christmas movies. We thought we'd take that away and then
take a little time.
Yeah. And then there was also the Providence series, which was interesting, but we felt it wasn't like a traditional Hallmark that we review, so we wanted to really get back to the roots. And this one I think is a perfect one to start. They call this one Double Scoop, and it was part of Summer Nights 2025.
Do you like ice cream?
I love ice cream.
Yes, a lot of people love ice cream, and this was a wonderful story about ice cream, about advertising companies or corporations, and how they have to use AI now. It was a wonderful story about Wisconsin, the dairy state. Yeah. All the hope. Where was this filmed?
I don't believe it was. It didn't look like Wisconsin to me, like how they say it doesn't look like Kansas. It doesn't look like Wisconsin.
No, it was filmed in Alabama.
It was. It was filmed outside in Alabama, which gorgeous. I mean, they were really on a farm, real petting zoo animals.
A farm's a farm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if people would say that a farm's a farm, because we experience a dairy farm. There's beef farms. There's all different kinds of farms.
Absolutely. Some farms, like the wheat farms in Kansas, are huge, and some of the farmers around the cities are quite focused and very, very small. But you know what? Farming is very important. Yeah. And our food supply depends upon our farmers, and our farmers have become more sophisticated.
And they talked even about that, where they had said like the feed had gotten so expensive that farmers couldn't even cover their costs because the cost of the feed, which I thought was bringing to light real life situations right now.
The cost of fertilizer and the cost of farm equipment. It's a very expensive business to get into, and most farms were family farms, and the youngsters went off to ag school, and they learned about farming and how to make a living at farming. But today, farming has become much more of a big business, with private equities getting into farms and having to ship by boat to China and to Europe and to Australia. And it's a business that we need to have and to respect the farmer.
Yeah, and I think they did a great job with that. There was, of course, love. You forgot the most important part of Hallmark.
Oh, it was a great love story. Absolutely.
So, our characters, were two familiar faces to Hallmark. We recognized them right away.
Yes.
We had Taylor Cole, who played Nora. She was terrific, I thought it. And then Ryan McPartlin, who played James. And I thought they were fun together as competing ad execs who had worked together before.
Oh, they were a perfect match for each other. Yeah. And the story moved along sort of predictably, and it ended predictably with two people who were adversarial, and they found they had something in common. Yeah. And at the end, they loved each other, to death do us part.
But I loved the idea of the story when they were going and competing for this Darlington Dairy account. They both needed new accounts, and Nora actually, I'm going to give her credit of finding this account, because she and her friend were out to dinner, and they picked up this delicious ice cream that was savory and sweet, a little bit different, and it wasn't a represented company. So she was buying a whole bunch of ice cream. So remember, to bring to Alexandra, her boss,
Her
to show
manager,
right, to say, do you know what? I think this is something we should go after. And there was a comment that she always has her eyes down on the road when when she's walking. She looked up, she may meet somebody. Well, her eyes were down, and she was carrying her bag of all the ice creams, and she ran into James on the street, and her ice cream fell out, except for he got to keep one of them. And he then discovered, because people were saying that's a fabulous ice cream, they need to go after it.
And of course, this is how we got to know Haagen-Dazs and Ben and Jerry's, Baskin and Robbins. They were all discovered by advertising account executives who found their products to be very tasty, and they promoted them. And this is what we saw here with Love intermixed among competitors.
And then when they went to Wisconsin to compete for this, I love that they were participating in the farming events. So she was milking a cow and feeding the baby cow. And I don't know, have you ever milked a cow?
No, I've never observed that.
So I've milked a cow in Denmark.
Oh, you did?
I did. I was staying near a dairy farm there, and I have experienced milking a cow. And it is just like she shows, it's a little bit more difficult than real life.
Yes, but today it's all done mechanically.
It is,
Yeah, and we take this all for granted, and we take for granted the people who have to promote the dairies and the dairy farmers, the cheese makers, which cheese is the best, where you get the best cheeses, where do they come from. And what we do is we forget that there are human beings behind it all who have a life.
Yeah, like the Darlington family.
Like the Darlington family, they were darling.
They were cute, and they did not want to talk business the first night they got there. They wanted to have a good dinner, a good ice cream sundae afterwards, and
absolutely.
And then they weren't ready to even hear the accounts because it was the ice cream festival, and that's their biggest time.
Well, most of us who live in big cities don't think much about the farmer, and like they said in the movie, we're from New York. And anything outside of New York is farm country.
Right, yeah.
And we think nothing about the farmer, but they're very sophisticated. Yeah. They have a lifestyle.
They have a sense of humor. We heard a lot of moo jokes.
Yes.
A lot of cow jokes.
Farmers are, I think, underrated because we don't identify with them.
Oh, interesting.
And we have no idea what it's like to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
When the rooster goes.
That's right. And the one thing I enjoyed is when one of the Darlington family said that we are a 24/7 organization.
We're up at dawn.
That the animals have to be fed. You can't go on vacation and forget about your animals.
Yeah.
The bills have to be paid, and you just can't take off and not think about the bills. You have to worry about the crops coming in and the rain and the irrigation. And so it's a real 24/7 job. And it's hard to be a farmer.
Well, we got to see that. What they were doing, how much of the stuff.
And Hallmark brought this to us.
Yeah.
They sort of grounded us. I thought it was really...
It was nice. It was a cute story. Yes. We had a little bit of sweetness with the ice cream and savory, I guess. Yes. We then had, going to the Midwest and a little bit of homeliness, and then we ended up with love.
Yes, and it was a fun evening. There was no real sadness, and the world is full of sadness. This was all happiness, and even the love story was a very cute, warm love story that I think all of our Hallmark fans could identify with. Yeah. And to enjoy watching.
And should watch it.
That's right.
This is, I think, a must-see.
Yes. And when it's over, you would say to yourself, this was an evening well spent. It was enjoyable. We saw things that made us happy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to more of Hallmark.
Yeah, excited we're back.
Yes, and
We're back better than ever.
I hope everybody had a wonderful summer. What's happening next week?
So next week we continue the summer nights of 2025, and we are watching Catch of the Day. Now, if I were just figuring out what Catch of the Day was, it's something to do with fishing. I don't know if it's fishing, but we do know that it's about a chef who is going home to help her family who has a failing restaurant. So it makes sense. Catch of the Day.
And we see these types of stories about restaurants having difficult times and failing for one reason or the other. And like farming, restauranting is also very difficult because it used to be a family affair. Yeah. But when the family patriarch, who was the chef and the innovator, has to hang up his frying pan, so to speak, who's going to take over?
And the kids maybe aren't wanting to do that.
No, the kids are lawyers and dentists and doctors and business people, and they have no interest in...
And TikTokers and different things, right? They're a bunch of
they have no interest
content creators.
In cutting a roast beef sandwich.
So it should be a really good one next week. I'm excited. Yes. I'm excited we're back to the true essence of Hallmark, I think, movies.
Yes. And we're going to watch Hallmark, and we're going to try to share with you, Jordan and I, all of the facets that make Hallmark great and make us enjoy watching Hallmark.
Absolutely. Yep. All right. It was a good one. Enjoy.
I'm glad everybody's back. We will see you next week for another Hallmark.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.